Welcome, everybody. We are here at episode 230 of Altadena Talks. And of course, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it is the Toni Talks segment. Today's topic is a little unscripted, kind of going off the cuff today. I'm a general host, Jamal Smith, and we have the host of the day.
Hey, everybody, it's Toni. Good morning. I'm sorry, I got a bunch of things going on. So there's no guest today. I'm discombobulated a little bit because after that accident and not feeling good and my back hurting and all that, I just rested for quite a few days since Thanksgiving, I think. Yeah, since Thanksgiving. And so wasn't prepared and didn't even call anybody yesterday. Like, oh, I'll get somebody last minute like I usually do. I was like, no, we'll just call it a day. It'll be probably a very quick, might be a 30-minute or so podcast today. But there are some things that I want to discuss that have to do also with some announcements. So it's very unscripted today. If anybody has any comments or they want to jump in, let us know, because part of us being unscripted is just that. We can do that as well. If there's anything that you all think you want to talk about, feel free. Good morning, Kimberly Green. Good to see you on.
Thank you.
Definitely, if with it being unscripted, we can talk about whatever today, since I didn't bring a specific guest on. But one of the things that I think is very important that we talk about today, and I just sent Jamal over a PDF that he can bring up, is about our parks. We heard about Charles White and Disney giving $5 million to assist with that rebuild. And we know for a fact now that the park and Charles White's son is very happy with the plans for Charles White Park. It will still be titled or called Charles White Park. That's almost a tongue twister. But a lot of people do not know about this group, Altadena Steadfast. And that they are planning what's happening at the other parks, especially Farnsworth Park. We know that Loma Alta is reopened. Many of us went and helped with painting and planting of materials, plants, and all kinds of stuff that we did. I was part of that in April. Charles White Park now has the funding. I believe is $3 million from the county and another $5 million from Disney. And Disney is doing the playground area, and some of that money will help with the rebuild the building, or a recreation type building, which Charles White has never had, and the bathrooms. And so that planning is done. But there's major planning going on that has to do with Farnsworth Park. And I know that Heavenly Hughes went to the meeting, and I believe there was one other African-American woman. But outside of that, I've not seen too many Black and brown people show up at these meetings. So at the Altadena Town Council last week, when I was there, I said, hey, who is Altadena Steadfast and how are they having these meetings? And there's only one demographic showing up. You know, the bulk of the people were white over the age of 50. And I said, that does not represent Altadena. And it sure doesn't represent all of the people that live right there around Farnsworth Park. So Hans reached out to me immediately afterwards. He got my number. We connected. He sent me this morning. And there will be a Zoom meeting, a virtual workshop on Wednesday, December 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. He said in the email, Toni, you're right that, you know, we need to include more people. Let me find the email because I'll just read it to y'all in a second. So I told him good morning. He sent it at 7:50 and he said the Altadena Steadfast group is going to try something new to reach a broader, you can put that slide back up, Jamal, to reach a broader group of folks with an online Zoom session on the evening of December 10th. And so this flyer, because a lot of people did not know about the earlier workshops and did not know how to get involved with Altadena Steadfast, who is planning the rebuild of our parks, is what is happening as a result of me saying to them, it's not cool that you only have, 20, 30 people and they're all one demographic planning our park. So this meeting, I want to encourage everyone to go and RSVP either at info.altadena.steadfast@gmail.com, or you can register on their website. Now, if you look at their steadfastla.com website and go to where it's the Altadena Steadfast Urban Design, you will see, I just found out this morning that Steadfast LA is a Rick Caruso initiative. So they primarily were concerned with LA, but then I guess there's people in Altadena who said, well, what about us? So they are now the ones planning the rebuild of the parks in Altadena. So we have to be engaged. We have to be involved. We have to get on these Zoom calls, register. Otherwise, they're going to plan our parks without us. And nobody wants that, right? We don't really want that. They've already given out this big, and the link, I know I talked about it last week, but I want to make sure that everybody is aware that they are looking for input. And if we don't give our input, they're just going to do whatever. But there is a type form that you can go to as well. And let me just copy the link. It is the Farnsworth survey for Farnsworth Park, because they are planning the rebuild. I'm just going to put it, it's not a huge, and we can't really change this link. It is their link. And if you go to that link, https://typeform.com/2/U, I think that's a 0, uppercase F, PS, uppercase UAY. That's where you can go and you can give your opinion, your thoughts, your comments regarding Farnsworth Park. I don't have another one for Charles White Park because I believe that they've already done that and, talked to people over the last couple of years. But for Farnsworth, there are survey questions. They're talking about the reflection garden and the, around the baseball field up there and what people want. I know that I put, personally, I would love to see a veterans memorial as part of this reflection garden, right? Because so many veterans live in Altadena and have for many years left from there to join the military like I did and many others and came back. So there are lots of veterans. And if we're doing a reflection garden, I think we should add that as well and honor our veterans, right? With a wall, the names of the people that are veterans. Also, I would love to see as part of that up around the baseball field area, instead of them making that baseball field a big soccer field only, I would love to see part of that become Altadena Community Gardens East, because we know that we have Altadena Community Gardens on the west side, but what about everybody that's on the east side, east of Fair Oaks, that doesn't necessarily only want to travel over there? We don't have anything on our side. So that's what I put in my survey, and you can click on the survey questions and answer, things. That's what Jamal is going through now to let you see. And then there is a comment section, I believe, at the bottom. And I've also told Hans and that group, right? Because we can't just let people that are outsiders come in and determine what happens with Altadena and our parks. So very important to go there to this survey, participate in that. But on top of that, they have decided, instead of only having meetings at the collaboratory and everyone doesn't know about it, let's do a Zoom one on December 10th. And so Hans sent me that this morning because I had been talking to him the past week and a half and saying, like, you guys got to do better. You can't just get one demographic to show up at these meetings and determine everything for all of Altadena, right? And so they are listening. And this is as a result of me saying that to them. They're going to have this community workshop virtually on December 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. So please, please, please register, RSVP. I would love for it to be more than 20 or 30 people, or even 40 or 50. Let's get everybody out there. Share it with anyone that you know and say, look, guys, we have to be listened to, we have to be heard, we have to be seen, right? If you know of some seniors that may not even know that this is going on, invite them to come, share the link with them, or ask them to do what you can to help them get onto this link. Maybe we can have something. Maybe I'll talk to the Altadena Senior Center and see if maybe they can have something. It would be at the park over at Loma Alta, but from 6 to 8 p.m. that night, so that any seniors that want to come and be on this virtual workshop can do that as well. So anything that we can think of, you all, that will help the community to get out and participate in this, we need to do. We can't let people just decide for us. And yes, if you go to the Steadfast LA website, it tells who all Steadfast LA is. Like I said, it's a Rick Caruso initiative, but he did it mainly for LA to start. But now they have this Altadena Steadfast LA Urban Design Group. And if you look and see who they are, you can barely read anything that's on there as far as who these people are at the bottom. I have to get it. So Hans is the chair of the Altadena. He's a lawyer, considers Rubio Canyon home, is very interested in the determinants of Altadena's sense of place. I don't know if you want to go to Steadfast LA, but we have Jody McLaughlin. She's a 35-year resident of Altadena. Joe Kilanowski, a 31-year resident. This guy, Jeff Markery, he has 40 plus years in landscape, but I don't believe that he's an Altadenian. The Gardo Aquino doesn't look like he's an Altadenian. Craig Russell is a La Cañada person. And that's what I told them at the meeting. I said, how do you have La Cañada people and others deciding what's going to happen in Altadena? Let's see. Kellen Rode says, is a born and raised Altadenian. Michelle Zach is, I know who Michelle is. She's a writer and author of Altadena Between Wilderness. She's 40 years. She's been there. So we have some people. Steve Lewis. Oh, I need to call Steve. I didn't know he was on it, but that's good. Susan Toller Carr. They lost their home at 25 years. So we do have some people up to 40 years, but the people that have been there 50, 45, 50, 60, 70 years are not represented here, which is what I said to them. You guys have people in a demographic that's not being represented, because we know that 57% of Altadenians have been there for or over the age of 60, right? And have been there for decades. So yes, you do have some of these people. I consider them newer Altadenians because they've been there 31, 35, 25 years, not like us that have been there for 50, 60, 70 years. And so you cannot discount those that have been there very, very long, a lot longer, and only go with those that have been there, 25, 30, 35, maybe 40 years, because there's a huge population that has been there over 50 years. So that's why Hans and them are going to do this now virtually. I'm super happy about that. And so on the 10th of December, a week from tomorrow, from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Zoom is where that will take place. So please, please, please register on that date, or register now for that date. Let me see what else. I think that is one of the most important things that happens. Okay, so when I actually look, I guess they had a meeting on the Steadfast LA and the Altadena Urban Planning. And it looks like there are a handful of people of color there. And it looks like it might have even been 100 people there. But again, let's make sure that everyone is there. I think it's down below that, Jamal. There's a bunch of photos. Yeah. This was the meeting that happened a couple of weeks ago. I think November, about a month ago, maybe three or so weeks ago. I know Heavenly was there, but I want to make sure everybody really knows and everybody is listened to, and that their views and their thoughts are heard, not just the same group of people that keep doing things like, they're the only ones that matter. So just make sure that, if you know about this, you sign up for it, you register, you get out, and you're there, because it's about all of Altadena, what all of Altadena wants their parks to look like, right? Not only a certain group of people. So please, please, please register for this event on the 10th of December from 6 to 8 p.m. It will be virtual on Zoom with the Altadena Steadfast Urban Planning and Design. If you want your voice heard about what happens with Farnsworth Park. Okay, all the parks planning though, because they're still going over some stuff with what park is that? Charles White. We know that Loma Alta has been rebuilt and it's, done, but Farnsworth is such a beacon. And so many of us that grew up going to Farnsworth for summer camp and, everything, playing baseball and t-ball and everything that we did there, make sure that you come out and that you're heard, and especially on this virtual. And then hopefully they have more in-person ones, because the first one that was in person, a lot of people didn't know about it, or they, found out about it like last minute. So if there were 100 people at that one, let's have 200 or 300 people on this Zoom, and everybody give their thoughts and opinions, and then go to that form link that's in the chat and look at and put your opinion for what you think about this spacing that they want to do, the sacred space or the garden, or, whatever it is that they want to do. What types of spaces do you want to see? You want to see a space to escape, space to learn, space for nature, space to wonder, space to gather, to reflect, or whatever, right? Because they're talking about a reflection center and garden. I don't think we need a whole lot of space for nature, me personally, because we're right down from where everybody, walks up to Echo Mountain. So I don't know that we need to do that. Plus over at the Greens is a whole entire space that was redone. It used to be green grass that we played, football, kickball and everything on. Now it's like walking paths, but very much rustic and natural plants and all of that. So I don't know that we need that at Farnsworth Park. But if there's going to be a reflection garden of some sort, please, join and give your opinion and your thoughts about what it should be. So that's one of the main things I wanted to talk about today. Another thing that I wanted to speak about is I was emailed this morning really early, like 12:15 a.m., but I saw it this morning, and I was blind copied, but I'm going to reply to everyone. I guess there's a couple of events coming up commemorating the 1-year anniversary, and there may be conflicting events, and I'm really hoping that the people choose to collaborate on them together versus kind of being at each other's throats. But one event is this candlelight vigil. There is something that the Altadena Rotary, it's called a commemorative first anniversary commemoration of the Eaton Fire. It's supposed to be at 5 p.m. January 7th, 2026, and it's at the grocery outlet parking lot. It doesn't really say much else other than sponsored by Community Coalition for Altadena Recovery, CCAR. But that's all it says. It's like the Rotary, the Town Council, NAACP of Altadena. I think it's Altadena Heritage. Yeah. So it's Altadena Wild, and then I think Altadena Chamber of Commerce. But I guess there's another event that is happening that same evening from 6 to 8, and it's being sponsored by two organizations. One is called Kinfolks Helping Hands, and the other one is called Connect to Rise Incorporated. And with those organizations, They are having, I guess you'll meet also at the grocery outlet parking lot at 6 p.m. So just as this other one ends, and maybe at the northern part, I think they're trying to work out those details. But apparently on Lake and Mendocino, there's going to be some buses lined up to take people to the top of Lake and Altadena Drive, Lake and Loma Alta, I'm sorry. And then the buses will stop, people will get out, they will be given the small little tea light candles. I don't think it's the ones that you turn on and burn, but the battery operated maybe. And it's from, they're battery operated. There's going to be 1,000 of them. And they're hoping for 1,000 plus people to come to this event. They will, I guess somebody says there's a community anthem. Maybe someone did his own community anthem, Ode to Altadena, but I don't think we have a community anthem. But there's transportation that will take you up to the top of Lake, buses, I think school buses. There's going to be encouragement from several pastors throughout Altadena and Pasadena. And then there's the Ben family again, I guess, is going to sing. So they're going to go to the top of Lake, light all these battery operated candles. And basically it says, so the world can see us illuminated or whatever. And people don't forget about Altadena. So that is Kinfolk. Who did I say it was? Some Kinfolk for, let me see if I can find it real quick, you guys. I don't mean to be disrespectful to the names of these orgs. Kinfolk's Helping Hands. And there's a lady named Yolanda C.S. Williams, who's the executive director of that. And then there's someone else named Veronica Fields, who is Connect to Rise. So there's going to be information coming out. I guess this is the press release, but I'm hoping they get a flyer together. I'm going to talk to some people today and see if they can do a flyer, and we can put that flyer on here as well, just so that people know. And I'm not going to read who just said hi, and I don't want that put up either because I don't like necessarily that name. But hello, what's up is what they said. But that's what's happening on the 7th. All I want to say about that is I'm hoping that both of these orgs can really collaborate and make sure that, again, anything that we're doing is for Altadena. So let's collaborate together and not thank you, Jamal, and not go against each other, right? It doesn't matter if you're doing something at part of the grocery outlet parking lot and someone else is planning on something. Do it together, because this is all about Altadena and all for Altadena. So I think that is the most important thing. And if we can stay united on that, then I think we'll be great. So those are two things that I really, really wanted to discuss today. We're going to break for a minute so Jamal can go to all of the announcements, and then we'll come back. But this will be a short show for this morning. Thank you, Jamal.
No problem, Toni. Sorry, I was doing a little something on this end.
Oh, no, it's not good.
Okay, let me get rid of this first.
Yeah, person.
That's crazy.
Right.
Anywho, all right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and do all the announcements. So we're going to start again. Let me remove this banner real quick. Going to start again at the very top where the Altadena Community Center is at. Hold on a second. What? Altadena Community Center is at 730 East Altadena Drive in Altadena. It's Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. As indicated yesterday, the SBA's going to stop being in person after the December 17th. So go ahead and scan the QR code if you want to know which departments and which services are actually going to be there when you want to go, especially if you're going after December 17th. The LA County One Stop Permit Center still has their office at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena, with walk-in hours Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. They have rebuilding consultation appointments available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., as well as Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon. You can also do a Southern California Edison planner appointment on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 a.m. to noon. Now, to actually schedule those appointments, you do have to go to the website, recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding/one-stop-permit-centers. Go to all the way down to the bottom to the Altadena section, click the link for schedule, and you can go ahead and fill that out. The county is still providing waivers and refunds for those who've already, or for those homeowners who are rebuilding after the Eaton and Palisades fires. So if you've already paid your fees and you want to have them refunded, you can potentially have that done. And those who've yet to pay your fees, you can potentially have them waived. Say potentially because you must demonstrate that you both owned and lived in your property prior to the 7th of January. In addition, you have to be working on an eligible project, such as a standalone ADU for temporary occupancy during your rebuilding. And then, of course, the replacement of your single-family home that was destroyed by the fires. And that does also include accessory structures such as garages, ADUs, and pools. What's not eligible, however, are commercial, rental, multifamily, or temporary housing projects, as well as those properties that were not damaged by the fires. Now, if you're interested in getting a refund or a waiver, please fill out the form that you can get by scanning the QR code or by visiting recovery.lacounty.gov/waivers-and-refunds. Once you get there and fill it out, you can include it as an attachment in an email and send that to recovery@planning.lacounty.gov, or you can print it up and walk it into the One Stop Permit Center. The nice thing is you only need one form for all the departments. And then CalAssist Mortgage Fund is continuing to provide 3 months of mortgage payment relief up to a maximum dollar amount of $20,000. The fees do not have to be repaid, and it is free to apply. And if you do get the grant, it's paid directly to your mortgage servicer and not to you. For eligibility requirements, your primary residence must have been destroyed or considered uninhabitable due to a qualifying disaster from the 1st of January 23 through the 8th of January of 25. And obviously, the Palisades and Eaton fire qualify there. And you also have to have owned and occupied your home, and it can be up to 4 units. And lastly, meet the combined income limits of $211,000. Now, if you do apply, please be prepared to provide your mortgage statements, your homeowner's insurance or FEMA claim, your proof of income, your utility bills, as well as your bank statements. To actually apply, though, you would go to calassistmortgagefund.org. And if you need some help in filling out the form, you can get some help over the phone by calling 800-501-0019. That's Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you actually need some in-service or in-person help, you can actually go to either the One Stop Rebuilding Center in LA at 1828 Sawtell Boulevard, or go to the Altadena Community Center at 730 East Altadena Drive, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, one thing I had mentioned yesterday and a couple times over the past few weeks is that the Altadena Community Meeting is going to continue each Monday until the end of this, basically until the end of the year. They have not indicated what the scheduling will be in 2026, but I'll keep you guys apprised of that as soon as I find out. So every Monday from 4 to 4:30, you can actually go to the county's YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/county of Los Angeles newsroom. And you can actually check it out. Now, I have a QR code on this slide. If you scan this, it takes you to their YouTube page. And in particular, it's a playlist. It's a playlist of all the different community meetings that they've had, with the most recent one at the top. So if you'd like to kind of see what maybe you have missed, please feel free to go there and check it out. So Harambe Ministries and Project Passion, they have combined to have the Freedom Store for Eaton Fire survivors available every Monday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Harambe Ministries, which is at 1609 Navarro Avenue in Pasadena. The items will vary from toiletries to home essentials and much more. In order to participate in this, however, you do need to schedule an appointment. And to do so, you can go to the website tinyurl.com/Harambe Freedom Store, or you can scan the QR code. So the Eaton Health Village is providing free medical and mental health clinics every Monday and Wednesday from 12 to 5. It's located at 1280 East Washington Boulevard in Pasadena. They accept walk-ins for appointments, as well as you can phone to set up your appointment or get questions answered. Their telephone number is 951-595-7032. The primary services provided are medical consultations, medication refills, and mental health services and case management. On a monthly basis, they have vision and dental services as well. Now, the Altadena Library District presents the LA County's Department of Mental Health's Mental Wellness Workshop for older adults. The last installment of this segment of this series will be this Thursday, the 4th of December, where the topic is Discover Your Passion. It'll take place from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Bob Lucas Library, which is located at 2659 Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. And then Alta Design, along with Altadena Coalition, Connect LA, and several other organizations have or are presenting Back to Altadena, an 80s winter holiday event. It's going to be an 80s inspired winter holiday event, bringing neighbors together for music, karaoke, over-the-top drinks, sweets, and international themed dinner, and a cozy community vibe. Family friendly and kids are welcome. It takes place tomorrow, December 3rd from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And the location is 409 East Woodbury Road in Altadena. Now, the theme and dress code is 80s inspired neon denim brand tees and big hair. So if you're interested, please participate in that. Should be fun. And then there's a mattress giveaway for the community holiday put on by the neighborhood servants. They're pleased to offer brand new mattresses for fire survivors. Mattresses are first come, first served, and can be requested using the QR code below. The giveaway takes place on December 5th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it is, again, by appointment only. So scan the QR code in order to set up the appointment. And if you'd like additional information, you can go to neighborhoodservants.com. And then we have Soul to Soul Solutions in conjunction with Jazzy Jams for Empowerment, providing their first Fridays. This is actually taking their first Fridays event at the cooler, at the water cooler, taking place this Friday, December 5th from 6 p.m. To 10 p.m. It's at the Paseo, Colorado, 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 150 in Pasadena. Join them for an intimate evening filled with good vibes, connection, and a touch of therapeutic, social, emotional harmony at the water cooler room at the Paseo, Colorado. There'll be live music, laugh out loud games, effortless networking, and plenty of food, fun, and unforgettable energy. Spaces are limited, and the tickets are $20. So please RSVP if you're interested at info@jazzyjamforempowerment.org. And then, as Toni had mentioned, or maybe she didn't, I was talking to somebody about the Christmas Tree Lane. Christmas Tree Lane's 105th annual lighting ceremony returns December 6th. The ceremony starts at 6 p.m. on the main stage located on Santa Rosa Avenue, which is between Woodbury Avenue and Altadena Drive. So if you're interested in taking place in this, please show up. It'll be really spectacular, especially since this is the first lighting since the fires. And then Mayor's annual holiday tree lighting will be taking place, the Pasadena Mayor's, Friday, December 5th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Pasadena City Hall, which is at 100 North Garfield Avenue. Join Mayor Victor Gordo in kicking off the holiday season at Pasadena's free family holiday celebration. For more information, please call 626 744 7500. And then, as we mentioned yesterday, there's a Christmas tree giveaway for Altadena residents. It's taking place Sunday, December 7th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Eaton Fire Collaboratory, which is located at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. It's a drive-through pickup style. And because there is going to be a limited number of trees, they're asking that you please register by scanning the QR code. So definitely get on that as soon as possible, as I'm sure those trees are going to go rather quickly. And then, as Toni had mentioned a little earlier today, there's the Altadena Steadfast Virtual Community Workshop. It's taking place Wednesday, December 10th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Please join for a virtual session to explore parks and open spaces and community gatherings and placemaking. They're asking that you RSVP by going to info@altadenastedfast@gmail.com or by registering on their website, which is steadfastla.com/Altadena Steadfast Urban Design. And they basically want to hear from as many Altadenians as possible. And again, that's why Toni was emphasizing that we get this message out. Please share it with all other Altadenians that you know so that your input can be provided and your words and your requests can be heard. All right, so at Loma Alta Park on December 13th, there's going to be Holiday in the Park. It's going to be arts and crafts, shows, and treats. Bundle up, we're bringing snow to the park. Join LA County Parks for the holidays and explore festive cultural traditions. Celebrating with our diverse communities, enjoy entertainment, performances, hands-on craft experiences, create an edible treat, family and friend photos, and delicious snacks. It's from 1 to 5 p.m. at Loma Alta Park, which is at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. If you have questions, you can reach out to them at 626-398-5451. They have one more slide, I believe. And yes, this is the Christmas experience, also taking place on the 13th of December. At 6 p.m. at Paznaz at 3700 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Pasadena. It's a concert. There are concerts, and then there's the Christmas experience. It's a 20-plus year tradition of hope, harmony, and holiday joy. If you love live music, this is your night. Come experience a 100-voice community choir, a 28-piece orchestra directed by Leon Lacey, Paul Cornish and Wendy Wyatt live, special tribute to Eaton Fire survivors, from gospel to orchestral to soulful arrangements. The Christmas experience delivers an unforgettable musical journey. It's the kind of night you remember, the kind of night your family talks about all year, the kind of night that makes Christmas feel like Christmas. Secure your seats now. And Toni, I want to let you kind of reiterate what you had mentioned yesterday for the folks.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamal. So don't just go there to get your tickets. If you are Eaton Fire survivor, there are tickets available, but hold on, I got to get to our Google Drive. Where did I put that thing yesterday?
I'm looking for
I hate when my computer overnight decides to update, because that's what it did, and now I'm all discombobulated and cannot find what I need.
I get it.
Hold on, let me check here. Okay, got it. So we have a form. If it will open, give me a second. And let me get this link. I'm going to put it in. Oh, goodness, Tony. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Tell you, I get too discombobulated. I know Brian created a link yesterday, but
Yeah, I'm looking for the banner because he usually puts it in the banners.
okay. If not, I'm going to put this link in there.
Sure.
And if you'd like to attend this concert, there have been some sponsorships, us included, for a few hundred tickets at no cost to you if you are an Eaton fire survivor. You will need to provide your name, your address on January 7th, or prior to January 7th, how many are in your family, your phone number and your email, and we can get you in to this concert. So I'm going to put this link there. You can copy the link, or maybe not copy it, but type that link in and you can come to the concert on us at Altadena Talks and on other people that have sponsored a few hundred tickets. So this is at PASNAS. It's from 6 to, I believe, 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, the 13th of, why is July in my brain? Of December? Almost thinking like Christmas in July. Saturday, the 13th of December from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at PASNAS Church over on by Field Elementary School on
Sierra Madre.
Sierra Madre Boulevard, Sierra Madre Villa, I believe it is. Sierra Madre Villa?
No, it's Sierra Madre Boulevard.
Sierra Madre Boulevard, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I always think Villa. 3700 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Pasadena. But if you'd like to come, please, please, please sign up, because people are thinking about Eaton Fire survivors, and people have sponsored several hundred tickets. I think about 300 or so. So go to that link. We have one person so far that replied, but with two people. So if you would like to attend, go to the last link that we just put in, the https://forms.gle. We did have one that said Christmas ticks or something yesterday, and I just don't know where that is. Brian did create it yesterday, so we've got to find it. I forgot to copy it yesterday in the private chat.
Is that where he put it? Yeah,
he did.
We talked about it afterwards.
It was in the private chat, which means it's gone.
Oh, maybe I put it. Hold on. I think I may have put it over.
Did you put it somewhere else?
I thought I put it in our.
I don't see it in the banners, but either way, even with that link, you all, please, if you would like to just have a really nice time, that you can go and be loved on, because that's what we're about at Altadena Talks, right? And whoever we either collaborate with or I find out something, and this happens to be my church that's doing this, but they told me when we did our sponsorship Sunday, they said, Toni, please put this out there so that we get people to sign up. So definitely, if you want to come to this event, the Christmas experience, it's an amazing concert with some great jazz artists. Yes, there's gospel music, but there's a bunch of other stuff that you would just be blown away, like, oh, wow. Just come. It's great. It's fabulous. I think we've been doing it when did he come? Maybe 21, 22 years now. And it keeps getting, oh, awesome. You found it.
I did.
Good. So that is the correct, is that in our banners?
Yes, I just added it to the banners.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
I can put it in the
chat. Yeah. Oops, sorry. That's what I was going to do. Just copy it for the chat. But if you do that, that's great. So altadenatalks.org/VBC ticks. Will that take them? Let me see if I can do it. Because Brian is always changing up.
No, it will. I made sure it worked.
Yeah.
But you go ahead and check too if you want.
Yeah, no, because if I have it for myself, I can send it to people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but thank you for putting that up.
You're welcome.
Ticks. Yeah, cool beans. So yeah, if you want to go, please go right there, sign in, and you'll be good to go. So we look forward to some of you taking us up on that offer and victory on the offer and going to this amazing Christmas concert. It's on December 13th, which is a Saturday from 6 to about 8:30 p.m. I don't really have too much else. I was going to talk about that, and you've spoken about it. So thank you for bringing that up. Oh, wait, I did put something just now in the WhatsApp. If you could pull that up, because I got that texted to me a little while ago.
Sure.
Apparently, Lena Kennedy is having Black clergy is having a Eaton wildfire town hall meeting with Edison and community leaders. So that's this Saturday. The head of Edison, Pedro, I think it's Perez, or I can't see his name that well, but Pedro is going to show up. He's the head of Edison International and several others. It is going to be talking about the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program. It is Saturday, December 6th. At 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. There is an RSVP code that they would like for you to utilize. I don't know if we can grab that out and then, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. But it's at First AME Church in Pasadena at 1700 North Raymond. It's on the corner of Raymond and Howard. Is that Howard right there below? I think it is, yeah. Corner of Raymond and Howard. It's First AME Church and the Black Clergy of Pasadena, presented by Community Women Vital Voices, which is Lena Kennedy. So there are several people that will be speaking at this event. Looks like Anthony McFarland. It's blurry on my end. I can't really see it, even though I'm trying to increase.
Yeah, it's blurry on mine too.
Yeah, I think I'm increased as much as I can go. I'm at 150%.
I'll try to get a better photo. Let me or better image go to.
And then it just talks about all the stuff, right? That featuring, the president and CEO of Edison International, plus the chief customer officer of Edison, along with community leaders and residents. This is very important. Community partners, says Judy Matthews, Danny Bakewell Jr., Eden Fire Senior Summit, Lena Kennedy, Shepherd's Door, Veronica Jones, Wilberta Richardson, both the Altadena and Pasadena NAACPs, Pasadena Alumni Chapter of the Kappa Alpha Psi, and then a bunch at the bottom of the Black clergy, which is harder to see their names because this isn't a good image that we have. But it was text to me, and so I do want to bring that up and let people know. Please RSVP, or you can, if you don't have that code, you can also RSVP to lenaperspective@gmail.com. That will go to Lena Kennedy so that you can participate if you'd like to go to that event. So that's the last thing, and I just got it texted to me, so that's that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure I get I'll work on getting a better image, and I'll add it to the slide deck.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, that's it for me. I just hope, as usual, everybody, we thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us. Hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday.
Oh,
and, yeah.
Speaking of supporting in Tuesday, today is Giving Tuesday.
Today is Giving Tuesday.
So if you would like to support Altadena Talks Foundation, we have that link. You can also go to our altadenatalks.org website and give, because yes, we have gotten some grants and we're able to stay on, but we're doing a lot in the community, like helping sponsor people to go to the event, the Christmas experience. We just had the large Thanksgiving Day of Thanks, the Saturday before Thanksgiving. I had planned on it being 300. I heard there were about 500 people that came through there and ate. So we want to make sure that we can continue to stay on and continue to do things in the community. So as part of today, Giving Tuesday, think about us and if you feel like you want to support us, you like what we're doing, there are ways via Zelle or GoFundMe that you can go and support us.
Absolutely. We have the ticker going down on the bottom. We always have it every day. We don't really mention it as often as we should, but today being the day of giving, please feel free to give to us, and then any other organization or what is it I'm looking for, or thing that you believe in, please donate and give.
Yep.
And as I was saying, have a great Tuesday. Tune in tomorrow for another Wellness Wednesday. We'll have another nice topic to discuss, and organic conversation as we like to be and have here on Altadena Talks.
Yep.
And hopefully either Thursday or next Tuesday we'll be back to having more guests on. I'm sure Tony's gonna get back at that. And
I actually have IO.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Is going to come on. IO Wright is going to come on Thursday. He and Patty have done Postfire, the Postfire app. It's a trip just hearing their story, because Patty is also a survivor of, they lived on Thurin off of La Malta, but Patty is also a survivor of Hurricane Katrina. She was growing up and lived there with her dad during Hurricane Katrina. And so she not only lost everything in the Eaton fire, she lost everything before in that hurricane. So I know Io's going to come on. Patty likely will be on with them. And they're just going to talk about what they've been doing since the fire and the post-fire app, and how, if you are someone who lost everything, you can go and be a part of that community and get a lot of amazing resources that they have on their post-fire website and app. So it'll be really good to hear from him or them, whoever comes on Thursday. But that's IO Wright. He'll be with us then.
Perfect. Well, with that, I think it was another good show, Toni. Thank you for all that you do in terms of bringing, awareness to all the different topics that are, about Altadena, especially these parks, and getting people's points of view and desires heard, in particular about the parks today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's important. And that's our goal, is to bring accurate and important information here so that people have it. So definitely go to those links, do the form, their survey form, be on the Zoom call on the 10th, because that's what's going to make a difference. That's how we are going to be able to recover and really make a difference in what Altadenians want. All Altadenians, not just one subset of people, not just one demographic, not just one age group, but everyone is super important.
That's so true. All right. Well, with that, I know I say peace and you say
toodles.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Take care.